Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Two Girls and a Narcissist podcast. Today, I have with me Katie and Hannah. We're going to be diving into some really juicy topics that we cannot wait to share with you. As you know, Two Girls and a Narcissist does not actually have a narcissist present. We're just going to be talking about toxic relationships, situations, people, bosses, times in our lives, things like that, women's issues. You get the point. So the first thing that I want to address is that I am dressed as a mermaid. And the reason for that is I want to talk about a random island that is in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Chile. And for some reason, I was just really drawn to this island. Actually, I'm not. My astrologist told me that I have a really good line cutting right through there. So we'll just go right into astrology. But the most fascinating thing about this, and I am a Pisces, so I really relate to the water, mermaids, foot fetishes, all of the above, being a Pisces.
I didn't know that was a Pisces thing. But
Just kidding. No, Pisces is ruled by the feet, but I don't have a foot fetish.
Is it really?
Yeah, every zodiac sign has a part of the body that it rules, and for Pisces, it's the feet.
What's the Scorpio?
The genitals.
Fuck me, literally.
What about a Leo?
Your heart. Your heart.
So cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
Not accurate.
That is really cute.
Oh, you don't know me?
Okay, so the thing that I wanted to start off with today about Easter Island is that there's a conspiracy that there's mermaids there, or there has been mermaids there. The life of mermaids has been present. There are statues that are underwater of mermaids. So if you're a snorkeler or if you're a traveler, I know a lot of my girlies out here love to travel. They're always looking for a new place. And they're like, I'm not going to go to Cancun for like the 7th time. I'm not going to Tulum. Like, I'm going to go somewhere else. So if you want to go somewhere else and you want to have a twist of history and beautiful water and mermaids, then go to Easter Island.
So do they have mermaids just like lurking through the waters like they have stingrays in Mexico?
Pretty much, but it's actually a statue. It's not a live mermaid. I don't know for sure. It could be a live mermaid, but from what I've read online in the photos, it's just a statue of mermaids that are underwater that was from volcanic action that kind of eroded over the land, and that's how it developed into its own island in the middle of the Pacific off the coast of Chile. And it is part of Chile, so if you have a US passport or European passport, you do not need a visa as long as you're staying under 90 days. So super easy and simple to get there. Well, it's actually kind of far to get there, but it's very deserted in that kind of way.
Do you know how many people are like living on that island?
Like 1,000 people or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a very low number. Like there's not a lot of life on there. It's a very, they just started doing tourism.
Oh.
Like not too long, like I would say like in the 90s.
Is
because
it's the place that has little statue men that all look the
same?
Yes,
with like kind of like showing a lot of like their heads. Like it's almost kind of like the Aztecs and the Mayans. Mm-hmm. It's kind of in that same vibe, but it's a little bit different than that. So yeah, if you're looking for a travel place to go, that would be a great place. I haven't been there yet, but I will go there.
Sounds spooky as fuck, honestly.
It really does, because basically what a lot of people go there is to view underwater statues.
See, I'm not going under the water. Like, I'm terrified of going under the ocean and like.
You don't want to swim with the sharks?
Fuck no, I don't want to swim with no sharks.
Okay.
What? Do you want to swim with sharks?
Yeah.
Well,
I could do that for the rest of my life.
You're one of a kind.
Yeah.
One of a kind? No, there's a lot of people like me.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who like to snorkel. So yeah, it's a great place to snorkel.
It's not snorkeling, it's just swimming with the sharks.
Stay tuned. I'm going to go and I will film it and everyone's going to watch it. So I'm
coming
excited.
At you live. Two Girls and a Narcissist from Easter Island.
Yes, and I will wear a GoPro or something. I'm not wearing anything on my forehead. That's embarrassing, but I will film it.
Oh, it'd be cute.
I'll put it on my forehead.
It'd be cute. Okay. All right.
I think you should.
Yeah. All right. GoPro in my bikini. All right.
Yes.
I wonder if they have to like import everything. Like,
They do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
they
Hawaii,
do. That's why it's
yeah.
actually very expensive once you get on the island. It's not cheap to be there because everything is just so far out. Everything has to be brought in. They just don't have a lot of resources when it comes to like gasoline, food, anything. Like there's nothing really there. So it is very expensive to go there. I mean, I wouldn't say that expensive, but
Then let's go.
we'll find out. We'll see.
Come join us.
Yeah, we have to go to
Come
Chile
join
first.
them.
You go to Chile first.
You're coming with
and
us.
then
Oh,
you
shit.
can take a little plane. They actually do have the positive is that they do have an airport there. A lot of the other surrounding islands, the only way that you can get there is by boat, which is just a little too much for me. I don't think I'd be able to do that. I
Not
think
a
I'd
boat
be too
girl?
spooked. With like a bunch of people that I don't speak the language, and we're just like kind of in the middle of the ocean. Literally, I don't know if I would trust that at all. I think
Sounds
that
like
would.
an adventure. I'd so be down for it.
Okay, all right, maybe we can try it. Let's see.
All right.
All right.
Y'all are wild for that. A. B. I'm not getting on a boat and going to the middle of nowhere with people I don't know. I don't know the language. I don't know what I'm about to encounter. Like, what if that shit runs out of gas? What if the boat breaks down?
Swim
Like,
to shore.
They give you life
swim 300
jackets,
miles? Yeah, me just treading water.
but then
know?
you could get like wrapped up in like an ocean current, and like it is on a volcanic platonic plate, I think is what they call it in the earth. Like the only reason it was there was because the earth had either flooded or a volcano erupted. It was one or the other, but it's like when types of things like that happen, it can happen again.
That
Like
makes sense. Like the tectonic plates, like shifting.
Yeah,
like, that's,
something
like,
shifted.
Pangea type of thing. Like
kind of, yeah.
You know your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
You know, I
snap.
be
Science
in
girl.
school.
Yeah. Fifth grade
Geography
knowledge.
girl.
You know?
Yeah, am I smarter than a fifth grader?
Yeah.
Tune in to find out.
You should definitely be on that show. That would be great.
I don't think I would pass.
Yes, you would. Yes,
I think you would. If you know what that is, then yeah.
Yeah,
And you know, you said the tectonic plates, like that.
Tectonic plates, yeah, that's a big one. That's, yeah.
Shit, y'all
That
making me
qualifies
feel
you.
smart and whatnot.
But you
Y'all-
kinda are.
Y'all so
Own it.
nice.
Own
Y'all
it.
so nice.
Okay, so now that we have been sponsored by Easter Island and the travel tourism, what you can expect if you went to Easter Island, we are going to talk about two different main topics today, which is things that my ex lied to me about, but also the worst things that they've lied to me about. And Hannah is going to elaborate on that. No, Katie is going to elaborate on that. And then we have why do we stay in toxic relationships? And Hannah, you're going to talk about that. But of course, we all kind of have our own stories about that. So, Katie, if you want to go ahead and talk about some of the worst things that your ex lied to you about.
Well, that's the thing. He didn't lie to me about them. He lied to everybody else about them. So he would tell everyone, like, yeah, I'm going into the military. Like, yeah, my dad's a cop. Like, certain things like that to make himself seem more macho than he really was. And the scary thing is when you're with somebody who's that much of an impulsive liar, you start to believe them too.
Yeah.
So at one point in time, I was telling people the same things. I was like, yeah, he's going into the military. He was not doing anything to train, get do the testing or anything like that to become a soldier. So just little things like that, I was always like, looking back at it now, it's like, wow, I was really dumb. But on top of that, like one time I got pulled over. He's like, the next time you get pulled over, just tell my dad's name. And
Bruh.
no matter what, you'll get out of it.
But you couldn't do it the first time that you got pulled over.
But the thing is his dad was a mailman. So, but he literally believed that, and I think his stepdad at one point was like a cop or something. The best part is that his mom was the one who told my mom, oh, well, he lies a lot. Like, he tells people that his dad is a cop and things like that.
But she knew that?
Yeah, and she's kind of supported his I mean, I don't know if supported is the right word, but she would just kind of to expose your son like that to your girlfriend's mom is pretty insane if you think about it.
Yeah.
But I appreciated it. At least she was being a girl's girl, telling my mom the truth. She never told me the truth though. But that's something my mom told me. He would just lie about the most absurd things, absolutely insane. Anything from, oh yeah, my dad owns a helicopter to yeah, I could drive a Porsche if I wanted to. Like, just little things that you wouldn't even believe. And like I said, like when you're in a toxic relationship, you end up believing the lies that are being told to you.
And you were really young too, though.
I was really young. Yeah, I was like 14 to 20.
Oh my God, yeah. Then
That's a huge age range, by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah,
14
yeah.
to 20.
Well, that's because we were dating for that long. So
Shit, girl. I'm
Yeah.
praying for you.
oh yeah,
I
that's
can't
what my
see
mom
the
says
the
too.
TV thing.
Type in that
Sorry.
password. That's a long ass password.
Chug, chug, chug.
Okay, this is our chug break. Okay. Chug your coffee.
I will.
I'm trying to think of other things that he lied about.
What is it called, like, besides like pathological liar? Like, I know there's something called like histrionic personality disorder,
What's
where people
that?
will do anything to crave attention or to just like get the spotlight on themselves. It's a little bit different than narcissism, because narcissists love the spotlight, they love the attention, but it is different. But they'll do acts just to get a reaction, or like just to get attention. It's almost kind of like pathological liars do things like that, like just to get attention.
See, I don't like the word pathological because it just seems a little too harsh. That's why I say impulsive, because
Okay.
it just comes out. Like they don't mean to do it, which is the scary thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
but pathological is like you're on that fucking path for life. If you don't change,
Yeah.
that's how I think of it. Like you are a pathological person because you're not putting in the work or the effort to change yourself. So, bitch, you on that path for life.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I think there's also a path of wanting to lie too, whereas there's some people it just straight up comes out.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they mean to do it at times, which is the scary thing.
So he just did it, and you don't think there was any like real reason behind it. He just did it.
I don't know if I really want to dissect his personality.
I'm gonna look into this because it
Yeah.
sounds like he's just like delusional, but it's like I
yeah.
want to. There's got to be a psychological term in, like, on the internet somewhere to figure out what this is connected to.
Yeah.
We should bring him on.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sure
can do
he's a
that.
better person now, trust me, but like
That's what you said before, and I'm like, girl, I don't know.
You are so optimistic.
you got to be in this economy. What do you expect?
You got to be with these damn inflation.
That's what I'm trying to say.
These prices going up.
Maybe one day they'll go down. That's what I'm hoping. Optimism is
They, as in the
key.
person, not the prices. Like, they go down, right?
The person's
Everyone-
gonna go down. The
Okay.
prices are gonna go
Ooh,
up.
a person's going down. Okay.
Yeah. Bring them on to put them down. Hey.
Yeah, exactly. Bring them
Wow.
on. That would be great.
But yeah, like I said, it's just hard because like when you're so young, you don't know any better.
Yeah.
And like the fact that you start believing it and then like you start telling your friends the same lies he's telling people
Yeah.
to basically cover up for him, to make him look or put him on a pedestal to make him look better is probably one of my most toxic traits from being like 14
Yeah,
years
you were
old.
young, you were
Yeah.
impressionable, and if you're in a relationship with somebody, why would you not believe what they have to say, right? It's
Well, I knew he was lying. That's the
Damn.
scary thing.
He knew he was lying.
Yeah, but I didn't want to make him look stupid. So
he did that for himself.
everyone else, well, yeah, that's it. But everyone knew he was lying too, which is like the scary thing. They're like, yo, you know he's lying. And I'm like, no, he's not. Like, he's gonna be in the military. Like, he's in boot camp. Like, no, he was not in boot camp. Never in boot
Oh
camp.
my god.
In summer school maybe, but never boot camp. So
Yeah.
I don't know
yeah.
why you would lie about that.
I think
but-
I was the delusional one, to be
Yeah,
honest with
I
you.
know. I was like,
Delulu.
I was
think
like,
you're a little
we're in
Delulu.
love. It's okay. I'm going to get married to this person, high school sweetheart. Like, woohoo. No, I was crazy. Yeah. 100%.
You weren't the only one.
Yeah? Were you crazy too?
No, I meant him.
Oh.
You were crazy, as was he, but hey.
Did you ever have any crazy high school relationships? I feel like you're a good candidate for that for some reason. You're just giving me that vibe.
Nah, honestly, I was like really into the books in high school, shockingly. I was like really involved in sports.
Really?
Yeah, pretty good at
Softball?
school. Nah, lacrosse.
Lacrosse.
Yeah, and soccer until I
okay.
got kicked off the team for cyberbullying. That was a whole fucking different thing. Yeah.
That was like back then. Remember, like cyberbullying was like the worst thing you could do in school.
Right. I mean, I didn't even cyberbully though. Like this girl took my position on varsity and it was the coach's niece. She had just joined the team, never played soccer before. She was ass, and she took my position, and I was like not having it. So I was 15 years old, talking shit on Twitter, like, I can't believe this bitch took my position, da da da. And the soccer team had a Twitter account, and I didn't know that they like secretly like checked in on all of us.
Oh my God.
So they pulled me aside after practice one day and were like, Hannah, what is this? And they like showed me like the thread or whatever, the fucking tweet. And I was like, yeah, like, it's true. And they're like, you're suspended. You're off the team for a week.
You got suspended for that?
Yeah, I was suspended.
They take that kind of stuff really seriously.
Especially at school.
Yeah.
What year was that?
Oh gosh, like 2012, 2013.
Yeah, my assistant principal like stalked the heck out of me one time. He like called my parents
on like Facebook and
on
Instagram,
like I don't even, was Instagram a thing back then? It must have been. No, I think
Maybe.
it was more like Facebook.
Okay.
If anything.
Yeah.
But like one time there's like a photo of me holding like a bunch of fireworks, and I was wearing like a West Virginia University logo shorts, and he goes, "You see, this is her tailgating. Like, look at that." And
my God.
My mom was like, no. I took that photo. We were in Florida and she was buying fireworks with me. I bought the fireworks.
Yeah.
So like he like made up all these scenarios in his head
Wow.
about things like, oh, she's doing this, she's doing that. Like it was insane. But like he like printed the photos out. The fact that he called my mom and dad into his office was absolutely insane.
What did he have against you? Like, that's crazy.
He thought I was a good kid and that I was being troubled by my peers. But I think I was the one troubling the peers.
Little
so.
did he know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a decent man for looking out for me. I will admit to that. But it was creepy back then. So
weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
something I would like tweet about him all the time was like, I know you're watching me. Like, hey, what's up? So
That's kind of fucking terrifying,
Yeah.
honestly. Like,
I would like troll him though a little bit, and then like I'd post photos and I was like, I know you're watching me. So
Oh my God, instigating it.
Yeah.
Love it.
yeah, I was an instigator, still am.
You should have
Still am.
photoshopped like the picture of like his face over top of like you holding the fireworks.
Oh,
And then,
that would
like,
have been great.
take it into his office, like print it out in color, and been like,
You
what
were
were you
with
doing
me.
this weekend? Were you tailgating? Oh my gosh.
Tailgating, like God,
Can't
that's a
believe
crime
that. Yeah,
for a
what?
14, 15-year-old to do. Oh my God.
But you're with
terrible.
your parents. On
I was
like
with
a
my
family
mom.
vacation.
Yeah.
So odd. That's
Crazy.
Yeah.
Weirdo
I mean,
behavior.
the things that they used to do, like they would literally like come after you if you said one bad thing online. So, and I get it. Nowadays, it's a different story. Like we were basically like the first people to like
Yeah,
ever
to experience that,
like what
yeah.
cyberbullying was or cyber anything.
Yeah.
So I get it now, but
And now we can make everything private too.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
Before we didn't really know how to do any of that.
that's
so
why
it
all
was
my
just
stuff
out
is on
there.
private. Ever since that incident happened, I was like, all right, I guess I have to make everything private. So I didn't have any fans after that. They had to follow me.
Hey, we're your fans. We're your biggest fans.
Yeah, you don't follow me.
I digress.
I followed
I
you. I
digress.
just added you on Facebook.
Yeah, but I haven't posted since 2013.
Oh, and you? No. Some girl named Hannah popped up on my Facebook add friends, and I thought it was you. And I added her, and then I would like realize after I was like, "Fuck, that's not Hannah. I have no idea who this
Did
girl
she look
is."
like me?
I mean, a little bit.
Shit, who are you? Why do you look like me?
I mean, it did kind of look like you, but then like I started like looking more into her pictures because I just saw the profile picture. So like when I started looking, I was like, that's not Hannah, my friend. I'm like that girl who like requested a random ass girl on Facebook.
That's okay. That's how
Like-
you make friends these days. Everyone's making friends online.
That's
so.
true.
Oh
Better
my
than
God.
Bumble BFF.
Bumble, BFF.
Yeah. You can just
Okay.
friend random ass people and
Yeah.
just go from there.
You
So you look
can.
like my friend Hannah and you have the same name.
It must be her.
It must be you.
Never use that. I've used
Hannah
Bumble
2.0.
Biz though. Have you guys used Bumble Biz?
Is that for
what
like
is that?
business women in
Yeah,
business?
they have like Bumble Date, Bumble BFF, and then Bumble Biz, baby, and that's where I stay logged in because like you
Ooh,
just.
you look like it. In the
Oh, thank you,
little
thank
shirt.
you. No, you just. I mean, it's people with attainable goals. You know, it's people who have like. You know, you don't want to be on some dating app and see some fucking loser and be like, yeah, no. Like, I'm just wasting
Yeah.
my time. It's
It's
like,
just people who are like business career focused.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Is that where you find your dates?
What dates?
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. I just
Bumble
opportunity.
Biz. I've never heard of that.
It's the third option if you have Bumble.
All right, I'll log on.
Check it out.
I'll log on. Let's check it
A
out.
lot of real estate people, so I don't know what to do with that.
They're probably just looking for clients.
They are.
That's smart.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's like LinkedIn 2.0.
Yeah. Okay, so one more other thing that we want to talk about today is why do you guys think, this is for both of you guys or just whoever wants to elaborate, why do you feel like we stay in these toxic relationships that are clearly bad for us?
Because you've built this foundation with this person, you know?
Yeah.
Once you get into it, you might not see everything at the face of it, but like, I don't know. It's like hard to break free of that once you're in that relationship and you're like trying to make it better. Like you're trying to compromise with your partner and see if things will get better. But at one point
Like
you're just
hope.
like, yeah, you have hope. It's good to have hope.
Right.
But there's a point where you got to be like, all right, like I'm not meant for this. And this person really just doesn't give a fuck about me. So you got to cut the ties and run away.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's kind of like the hardest thing to do is cut the tie.
Yeah, Hannah
because-
knows how to do it though. So
Yeah, I
if you
need
advice.
I need to
she's
learn
your
from
girl.
Yeah,
you.
if you need me to do it for you, I got you.
Okay, perfect. Send me
Yeah.
a draft and I'll just send it
Yeah?
off the
Yeah.
next time I need to.
Yeah, and if anyone has in the audience, anyone watching this, anyone commenting, anyone has any way to elaborate on that and talk about how to kind of get away from that because you know you're in a toxic relationship, what's the best advice to get out of that relationship?
I think it's self-worth, knowing that you're
Yeah.
not meant for that and realizing that there are better opportunities out there for you, better people out there for you. And like, you can't stay stagnant in a
Yeah.
relationship with somebody who has proven time after time that like, they're not there for you. So
Right.
what is the point of wasting our lives? Like, we literally only have one. As fucking cliche as that fucking sounds, like, we're here for a short amount of time. So.
Yeah, you're completely right. I
Right.
think there's a whole movement that's been happening within the past like 5 years of self-worth, self-love.
Yeah.
That like wasn't really there.
Yeah.
Or it was there, but it wasn't talked about as much
Right.
or established in our everyday lives.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of, what held me back personally as I was like, oh goodness, like at the end of the day, I think I chose to stay with my toxic ex because I was like, oh, we're together because of all the hardships we went through.
Yeah.
Which, you know, being so young, like what hardships did you face? Like
Right.
getting cheated on, was that a hardship? Like, yeah, but like there's so many other hardships that could happen, like, you know, death in the family, being a care provider, you know, financially supporting somebody who either your spouse or your loved one or anyone in between, that we just kind of, those are the things that the hardships that we have to face. And that's what I thought that love was. But at the end of the day, like, you have to take care of yourself. You can't just keep putting that person in front of you. I think we all get a little into the whole idea of love, and I think Disney screwed us over with that one because
Definitely.
yeah,
For sure.
Disney screwed us up. They're like, all right, little,
Yeah.
you're gonna find your Prince Charming
By
He's
doing
gonna-
nothing, they're just gonna kind of fall in your lap.
Yeah.
So
It's
you just gotta
terrible.
show up like in a dress, and then they're just gonna like swoop you off your feet, and it's like
Never
that's not
happened.
real life.
Never happened.
No,
yeah.
it's not. And when you're with somebody, I feel like if they're toxic, you talk to your friends and family about like, oh, they're such a good person. Like, you try to portray this different image of them. And then when you feel like, oh, this isn't good, like I have to break up with them, like you're almost like embarrassed to admit
To admit it. Yeah.
that, you know, they were right and you had to get yourself out of that. And then on top of that, it's like anybody you meet through them, you lose them as a friend. So if
Yeah.
you met any external person through that partner, then I mean, they're pretty much gone out of your
Yeah.
life, which sucks too, because you might have built a good rapport with them, but like you gotta cut it somewhere. Snip it into balls. You know? It's just
That's where you have to
You
snip
are-
it out of all places.
yeah,
Cutthroat.
honestly, get
I
that
love
fucking
it.
vasectomy done.
Oh.
Snip that shit. Not literally. Like, don't cut people's balls. It's not safe.
You're
Or
like,
sanitary.
Just to clarify, I'm not encouraging cutting anyone's.
I'm not a
balls.
medical doctor. I can't cut balls.
There
but
you go.
You got to cut the ties somewhere. So, like, not putting all the blame on yourself. Like, you're in
Yeah.
that situation. It happened. you just have to find a way out of it and move on.
And at the end of the day, not all personalities get along. I think we all have this profound idea of what love is and how it's supposed to work. And we all want to believe in love will save us and it's going to take us to the end. But sometimes love is just not worth it.
Yeah.
You know, you
or
have
it's
to
not
choose
enough.
yourself.
Like,
Yeah, it's not
people
enough.
just think that it is enough just for love, but that's not the reality of it.
Yeah.
It takes a lot more than that.
Romance is dead, baby. Romance is dead.
Agreed.
Oh,
Cheers
yeah.
to that.
Cheers to the romance being dead.
Cheers to Disney screwing me over.
Cheers to Disney screwing us over.
that was a far reach.
I mean, if you've only been in these toxic relationships, you don't know any better.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's all you've been taught. That's all you've seen. So it's kind of hard to dictate, you know, is this person a piece of shit or am I just thinking about it too much?
And like my parents, like I remember they would say the most generic shit. Like they would never elaborate on anything. They would never give like real life examples. They'd be like, okay, like be with someone who like treats you good, like, you know, like be in a healthy relationship and, you know, just say like the most general things, but they would never like apply a real life scenario to it or talk about a certain situation. I feel like I'm not blaming my parents by any means, but I'm just saying like that's definitely how like when I started off getting in relationships, I just didn't kind of really like know what was right from wrong because they would just say these things that were just like, oh, like don't let anyone do this or don't let anyone do that. But they would never like I think I needed like a real life example to like make my head get like wrapped around it because like maybe I wasn't that smart. I don't know. I was kind of young. So it's like when you're young and stupid, you're just kind of like trying to base your relationships off of those advices that you've been given. And then that's just kind of what you have to go off of.
Or like a deeper dive into what a healthy relationship
a deeper dive.
is.
Yeah, I need a deeper dive.
And, you know, the examples just weren't there. And I think it's just totally like they grew up in a totally different generation than we did. Like
definitely
they had to go and like call the parents' house and say, hey, can I talk to Carly? Or instead of like just sliding into the DMs these days.
Yeah, they had their parents behind their back to like kind of like almost kind of like guide them in dating world. Like for me, once I had a phone or whatever, then it's like I was on my own. Yeah. But like you said before, parents had to call, you know, well, the date had to call the parents, and then the parents are like the mediator, and they're like, oh, well, did they say the right thing? Did they ask the right questions? You know, like then they were a filter, they were a buffer.
This is back when
landlines. Yeah, when you had a landline,
you know, you could pick up the phone.
But then like
listen in,
you get a cell phone, it's like you're just winging it.
No, but I feel like no matter how many healthy relationships we see, you have to experience that for yourself to
100%.
see what you don't want and to see what works for you, because you can see your parents in like the best situation, they're so happy, but then you go out and searching for that and you're like, all right, I'm not satisfied. Like, what do I do from here? So it's all about like grounding yourself and really just finding what works for you, honestly. And if nothing's working for you right now,
keep going. Don't settle.
There you go.
Keep going.
Don't settle. Don't hop into anything. Because
don't get pregnant. And keep going.
Definitely don't get pregnant. That's definitely not the answer. Don't need that.
Yeah, just keep going. Okay, so I think that kind of wraps it up for this episode. You ladies were absolutely fabulous, and I loved your guys' energy and your topics. They were amazing. So again, just to reiterate, everyone that is watching that has anything to say or at any point you can relate, we want to see it in the comments. We want to see it in the DMs. We want to know your story. We want to know where you're at with our topics. And even if you have, you know, like I have a list of like 50 different topics that I feel that women could relate to. So it could be anything within the things that we've talked about before, or it could be your own thing that comes up, because the reality is that women deal with thousands of issues and experiences. And that's what we're here to talk about and to discuss and connect in that way, so that we can connect with our viewers, our audience, our guests, everyone, our friends, our family, the people that we are close to. We just, you know, we want to make that connection for everyone. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow for more for Two Girls and a Narcissist podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan.
You.
Cute little mermaid.
Thank
Cute little mermaid.
you.
Look at her.
Thank
She's so
you,
cute.
ladies.
Yes.
You ladies are absolutely amazing.